Today, we're going to talk about with the incoming inflation and the current news report that Jerome Powell has posted. Now, with inflation incoming comes the good news that some categories of goods and services are now facing deflation. About time, right? Let's face it. Goods and services, let's say our groceries are going up in price. Every time we go out and get a drink, let's say for a beer, used to be, let's say, between $3 to $6, and now you're looking between $6 to $9, maybe even double digits in this case. If you look at the categories, they're finally facing deflation. Now, which categories are they? Now, surprisingly, apples and laundry equipment have the highest deflation, with around apples being at negative 14.6% and apples being at 10.1%, which is actually a lot in this case. Remember, when you go to the supermarkets during the pandemic and realize that the stores were all wiped out and people were stocking up on food supplies, let's say especially like toilet paper, has everyone remember that incident? The demand for those goods soared early in the pandemic, as many people were stuck at home and couldn't spend on things, let's say like traveling or going outside for entertainment, which everyone is now doing. The health crisis also snarled the global supply chains, which meant that the volume couldn't keep up with the demand for those goods. Now, if you remember, when supply goes down and demand goes up, prices go up along with it. Such supply and demand drove up the prices, and now they're falling down back to a more reasonable level, which basically meaning is our current salary for a majority of people can now afford it. So the initial pandemic era craze for consumers to fix up their homes and upgrade their home offices has now diminished, and cooling down the prices because workplaces are now forcing people to work in offices. Instead of basically going up for 5 times a week, they're forcing, let's say, 2 to 3 times a week. Before, it used to be the whole entire week, you don't have to come back to office. So basically, the commercial sector just tanked in this case. Now, Economists said that the US dollar has been also historically strong relative to other global currencies, a dynamic that helps rein in prices for goods. Now, this makes it less expensive for US companies to import goods from overseas since the dollar can buy more than compared to before. Prices for new and used vehicles have also deflated slightly over the past year by around 0.1% and 2.2% respectively, based on which category you're really looking at. They were among the first categories to surge when the economy opened broadly in early 2021. Now, amid the shortage of semiconductor chips and essential manufacturing. Meanwhile, the travel costs for airfare, let's say for hotels, rental cars have also declined by a respective 7.1% and 2.4% and 8.8% since the March of 2023. Now, are we seeing that the economy is now coming down to our senses, or is economy and goods and services still going up? Instead of going up by like 2%, and maybe it's finally going down to the level where we can finally afford it. But keep in mind, the government in the United States are trying to reach an inflation of 2%. 2% means 2% a year of goods and services are going to be more expensive. It's just going to be more expensive, but not as expensive as fast as compared to 2020 to 2022 during that time. Now, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and make sure to subscribe. I'll update you guys next time, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a wonderful day.